Yeah, I mean, I think it's great to be able to play under the lights against our first opponent. Got to play a lot of guys. I got to see a lot of the new guys mixed in with some of our returners. We're trying to form an identity of what we're going to be this year, and I think we're working towards that. And this was the first step of that. But the main goal tonight was let's get out there, let's play under the lights, play with officials, and see how we function as a team. And I thought we achieved what we were trying to achieve tonight.
Question?
It does appear that this team is going to once again be the inside play. You got 32 points in the paint in the first half. You continued it into the second half. It does appear that the interior of this basketball team is going to be its strength.
Yeah, I mean, we have a great front court. I think we got some really good backcourt players as well. But yeah, we have a great front court, and we have sort of a three-headed, monster up front. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of times where maybe if our perimeter play isn't working, we have a great out where we can always just kind of throw the ball inside and play through our forwards as well.
Not only that, but also your bench as well. It got 16 points in the first half, in the second half, and the guy sitting next to you, Cam Morris, is one of those guys off that bench. That also appears to be a strength of this basketball team.
I think last year definitely was depth, and this year as well. Our depth, our ability to play, 10, 11 guys on a given night, if we need to, I think it is a real strength of ours. That was a strength last year, especially early in the non-conference, as we could just throw guys in, throw guys out, and there wasn't much drop-off. I don't think you see many teams throughout, the country in our conference where they can go 8, 9, 10 deep, and there's not a big drop-off from 9, 10, and the first 5.
What did you see from the first-year guys that got their opportunity to play tonight?
I think some of them were a little nervous, first time out there. So the key for us this year is going to be blending, the new guys, the new pieces we brought in with the guys that sort of went through it and had been through it, from last year. And that's going to be a continuous challenge for us throughout the season. And hopefully the sooner that we can mesh those two kind of groups together, I think the better we'll be and the wins will follow.
Okay, guys, the next 6 games are on the road. A lot of bonding can take place, and you're going to play some very good teams, Georgia Tech, Arizona State, so forth. How is the interaction between those that have returned from last year and the new guys? How is that going to now come together as you go through this next 6 games?
Well, we just don't plan to stick together. Been playing together for a long time, since the summer. Just keep gelling together and just keep being around each other, keep getting to know each other. As the time goes on, we're going to keep getting better playing with each other. So just get ready for the road ahead.
Is this bench this year better than the one you were part of last year?
He's setting you up.
I know he's trying to get me. He's trying to get me. But we can compete in the same ways. We just do a lot of different things this year. Say last year was big and strong. This year we can stretch the floor a little bit more. But other than that, it still makes up for all the differences. We all still going to come in and rebound, still play hard, same as last year.
I think that story's yet to be written on whether our bench last year or this year. It's yet to be written. We played one opponent, so I think that's a question you can ask 18, 19 games into the season and maybe have a more definitive answer. But right now we're trying to figure out roles off the bench. Who's going to play, how many minutes, where we need them, and what their impact's going to be on the game every given night.
The good news tonight was that Anthony Blunt came back and played a few minutes after missing pretty much all of last year for you. That certainly adds to the depth and to the strength of a backcourt that at times last year was very good.
Yeah, I think anytime you have a veteran guy coming off an injury, it's great to see him back on the court and playing. I know he's a well-liked guy in the locker room. We love him as coaches. He's a very hard worker, so it's great to see him be able to, what he went through last year with the injury and have him be able to return to action and play for us.
And Hadi, what do you think of this team as you begin the process?
Like I said in the preseason, our strength was going to be in numbers as it was last year. So, just kind of building on last year, knowing what we have at stake and knowing what we expect out of ourselves and what people expect of us, and kind of just live up to that.
Is it now one step at a time?
It is one step at a time, but at the end of the day, we know what we're here for. We're not trying to waste no time. We was there last year. We want to get back to that same position and get over at home.
And with this being your last year, it really does become rather important, doesn't it?
Yeah, sense of urgency definitely has kicked in.
Let's face it, you guys have been at the door. Now, how do you knock the door down?
Just us having been there the last 2 out of 3 years, I think that definitely gonna help. But I mean, I just think we're very hungry for that now. And yeah, it's gonna be a new American East champion.
Allende and
I
Kim.
mean, getting to that door you got to knock your way through.
He was ready to go back and knock it down this time.
Allende and Cam, back home, continuing where you guys left off last season with, great home crowd. Can you just talk about the atmosphere before you guys go on the road for 6 games?
Definitely, just like last year, the crowd was our 6th man tonight. So definitely hats off to them. It's always fun getting to play in front of them, in front of the kids, in front of the community. Gives us a sense of pride of knowing they're there and they're cheering for us, and we just want to return the favor of going out there playing hard and doing it for them, really.
As you guys have been on campus for first semester, what has the conversation about this basketball team been like?
I think, like I said, people have high expectations for us. People want to see us succeed, but it's definitely some people that may want to see us fail. So it's been up and down, but I think the campus has been really behind us. Definitely really, really behind us, and wants us to get over that hump and excited to see what we're going to do.